To begin, you'll need two socks. I chose a striped sock and a plain sock. The plain sock is more of an ankle sock. You're going to need it for the bunny's ears. You'll also need a white tube sock, and I chose to use 2 of the vanilla scented bath salts instead of rice. You'll also need a package of the plant labels. I did find those in the garden section, and those are going to be a little sign. A package of chenille stem pipe cleaners. And then you're going to just need a piece of paper and a black marker, and if you have a little punch, I've just had this little random punch forever, so I'm going to use that. And then some assorted ribbon. I ended up actually using different ribbon, but it's all from the Dollar Tree. You'll need your glue gun, and you'll need a pair of scissors, a couple of elastics, and I actually just used cotton balls, but if you have pom-poms, that would work as well. And then you're just going to need some type of white string or twine, and a small piece of floral wire, or you can use a chenille stem. So to begin, I'm going to use 1 container of the bath salts, and the easiest way to get it inside the tube sock was to just slip the elastic edge over the mouth of the plastic container. I ended up using 1.5 containers. You can make your bunny as big as you'd like. That was pretty much the size that I wanted to work with. So once you get the bath salts in and you decide how big you want your bunny, you just use the elastic band and you secure all the bath salts inside the sock. And here I decided how big I wanted to make the nose, and you just pull some of the bath salts out of the sock and then secure it with a rubber band. So once I decide, yep, that's perfect, exactly how I want it, I'm then going to take the shorter striped sock, but you can use a long one, it doesn't matter, as long as you cut it just above the heel. And after doing that, you're just going to dress your bunny. Now what I noticed was where the toe band is, make sure you put that in the back of the bunny because it didn't sit quite right when it was in the front. And now take your cord or your string and cut it into about 8-inch lengths. I'm going to put 3 whiskers on my bunny, so I cut 3 separate sections to make the whiskers. And once you have them, you just tie them around the nose. And it's good because it also secures where the elastic band is, so if the band does let go, the whiskers will make sure that the nose stays intact. I chose to have 3 whiskers, but you could have more if you'd like. And once you have them all tied around the nose, you can then just give them a little trim. I then used my glue gun to secure the sock to the bunny body. And also be careful because whenever you are working with a glue gun, it's so easy to get burned. And then I just glued the other side and attached it to the sock. And now to make the bunny ears, my sock was a non-slip on one side, but I'm just going to use the front and have the non-slip on the back. Take the top half of your bunny and you're going to cut right down the center of the tube sock. And then you are going to just tie a bunch of little knots. This will also prevent the elastic band, if it does break, from releasing all your bath salts all over the place. And it also gives the bunny a little bit more of a taller head. So after doing that, you just take your sock and you place it over the top of the bunny, and this is how you're going to decide how big your ears are going to be. So you just kind of fit it down over, And this will give you a good idea of where you're going to cut the ears and where you need to stop cutting. So lie your bunny down, and now take your scissors and cut directly in the center of the sock. Then take 5 chenille stems. You're going to need 2 for each ear and then 1 to secure the ears together. Just fold them in half and twist them together to give them a little integrity, and you're going to do this for both the ears. You'll use the last chenille stem to attach the ears together. I like to try them inside the ears before I attempt to glue them, just in case they're too big or they're too small. But these seem to fit just perfect. So I used that chenille stem and I just secured the ends of what are to be the bunny ears together. Then use your glue gun and hot glue them onto the top of the bunny's head. Lie the bunny down and place the stems inside of the ears. Be very careful with your glue gun. Just run a bead of glue and then fold the sock within itself. And after you do that to one ear, you're then just going to do it to the other. Once again, hot glue the edges of the fabric and then fold the fabric over itself, and it makes a seamless edge. Stand the bunny up and use your glue gun to seal up the hole on the top of the bunny's head. And now you can see the bunny is beginning to take shape. You can also at this point make sure that the ears will bend and the pipe cleaners are in the proper place. Now turn the bunny over and use your glue gun to attach the bottom sock to the top sock. And be very careful because hot glue can seep easily through the fabric. I chose this Easter egg ribbon that I got at the Dollar Tree as the bow for my bunny. I cut approximately 18 inches of ribbon. I wanted an over-exaggerated bow, but if you'd like a smaller one, you can cut smaller ribbon. I then just folded it in half, and then I folded each half into the center and I overlapped them just slightly. I cut a piece of floral wire, but you can use a chenille stem, and I folded the bow in half and pinched it in the middle and then used the piece of wire to attach it together. And it's a wire ribbon, so it's very easy to open up and give it a good shape. Then I just clipped off the extra wire, and I wanted to make the center a little fancier, so I ended up using this pink polka dot ribbon that I got in the baby department of Dollar Tree. And I just glued a little piece inside the center of the bow and then put a little dab of glue on the back and fold the ribbon onto itself to give it a finished edge. And once your bow is done, we're going to then attach it to the bunny. Now you can place it anywhere you'd like on the bunny. I opted to put it on the side of her head, but you could put it in the middle, and I just attached it with some glue. making sure to hold it on there for a second or two so it would set up. And now you can see the bunny starting to look like an Easter bunny. To make the eyes, I had a little circular punch, and I used a piece of paper and used my Sharpie to make a little black box. And then just cut out 2 little circular holes. And if you don't have a punch, you can always cut the eyes out of a little piece of paper. And then after I have the 2 eyes, I kind of decided where I want to place them on her face. And I decided they would look cute right about there, a little close together. And I just used my Aleene's glue, but you can use any glue you want. You could even use the hot glue, but I'd just be very, very careful to attach the eyes onto her face. To make the Happy Easter sign, we're going to use one of the plant labels. There are 2 sides to it, so you just want to make sure you use the finished side. And I printed out a Happy Easter from the internet. I'll link it below. I just cut it out and I then glued it onto the little plastic sign. You can also print out Happy Spring or Welcome Baby Girl or anything that you'd like to customize your sign and your bunny. And once your sign is complete, we're going to place it in the bunny. But before we do, and to finish off your bunny, you can take a cotton ball or a pom-pom or anything that you'd like to use and just attaching it to the bottom with a little hot glue. And the last thing that we need to do is attach the sign, and it's very easy. You just slip it in between the sock, and there you have it, your little Easter sock bunny. Thanks for making this project with me. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!